Hi, hello, how are you? Thanks for stopping by. Today we're going to talk to some real people about some real things, living real lives, doing real stuff. This is the Working Perspectives Podcast, Weekend Poppin'. I'm Matt Lavelle, accompanied by Strong Stem Steve Cabot and Dangerous Diana Spencer. Strong Stem, how you doing, my man?
Tired, man, tired. A lot of work, no play, so he's wearing out, battery on low. But thank God I got the most ADHD. It's the only time it comes in handy.
Amen, brother. Amen. Dangerous, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. Same boat, Steve. I'm in the same boat with you.
Oh, yeah.
How would you survive a day without hyperfixation,
Yeah. This should be the ADHD podcast.
Geez, yeah, did you see the thing floating around the internet? It's some like hillbilly dude. He's like, I just got back from the doctor and I don't know what HD is, but I apparently got 80 of them.
That's pretty fucking great.
Jesus Christ.
Nice. Well, you can find all our content and all our stuff on all podcast platforms and YouTube at Working Perspectives Podcast. You can hang out with us on Instagram at Working Perspectives Podcast and join us on the Twitter and the TikTok at Working P Pod. If you'd like to be a guest on the show, then do us a favor and email us at workingperspectives@gmail.com. Also, please subscribe. My wife is all over me for doing this show, and I just need to get her off my back. So please subscribe. All right, let's get this thing started. Let's go.
It's our objective to be effective by voicing societies. Working perspective, exploring your day and how you get paid. Launching a new episode every Tuesday. Your day can transform while we inform with new episodes available on every platform. So check out our vibe and how we get live. Then do us a solid. Share and subscribe. We're just sharing. We're just sharing. We're just sharing. Working perspectives.
All right. So last week we aired the episode with Mike Vasconez. I met Mike at the Henzo Gracie PA Academy. He's had quite the story. Started out as he was just a normal kid growing up in Penn Ridge. Joined the gym. He had a couple fights under his belt. Then just went out, joined the Marine Corps. Right, served, did a tour over in, I believe he was in Afghanistan. Came back. He was a machine gunner on the back of a MATV, right? So, he was doing all that stuff, crazy stuff. Comes back, goes back to the gym, kind of back to his normal life, then completely flipped his life around after doing a turn on ayahuasca. And then after that, he changed his life and he's now a life mastery coach. So, Strong Stem, what did you think of this week's episode?
Listen, I liked it. Two things. One, any guy on the back of a fucking truck with a goddamn Ma Deuce in his hands, my kind of guy. I fucks with him, right?
Amen.
I fucks with him.
Yep.
Number two, with the whole life coach thing, right?
Yeah.
So my life's a fucking mess.
Sure.
This guy wants a challenge where he
Yeah.
thinks he's good at his job. Wait till he sees the fucking hot mess I am.
He would be
Bring
the
it
fucking,
on, Meller.
If he could get you,
He
he's
would
the
quit.
fucking Bill Belichick of fucking life coaches.
He's the
after
fucking,
that.
he's the Caesar Milan of
Yeah.
humans.
He's the fucking Phil Jackson of fucking
Yeah, right.
life coaches.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed. I don't want to put too much stress on him. We'll let him do his thing. But hey, he wants to put some big notch on his resume.
Sure.
I'm here.
Sure. Yeah.
I'm
yeah.
here.
I mean, honestly, that's another great idea. Like the dating app and the life mastery coach. Those are two things, like two shows that would just be like incredible.
Listen to me. I need a life coach like I need a third testicle.
Right.
It's not. It would
just get in the way. What are we even doing here?
Always.
Yeah.
Guy be like, wait, how much time you spend in that shitty shop? I know, buddy. I know.
Yeah. Yeah, nice. All right, so cool. Dangerous, what did you think of this week's episode?
I thought it was good. I have you guys ever had like interest in doing ayahuasca?
Hell
I mean,
yeah.
yeah.
Seeing God. I want to do
Yeah.
it so fucking bad.
What's
It's
the
not
one
even
that
funny.
Rogan always talks about?
DMT.
DMT.
So
I wanted to try
DMT.
that too.
So there's the DMT is based out of the same ingredient, but
Oh,
obviously
really?
one very closely assimilated,
Yeah.
right?
Okay.
But DMT, the big thing with DMT is when you smoke it and it's only like a couple, you get like 2 minutes, almost like a whip it. You get like 2 minutes out of it, but it feels like forever.
Really?
And you don't have to go through the craziness of ayahuasca, but they say ayahuasca is much more, and again, much more intense. Are you saying it with an H? Have I been saying it wrong? Rogan and them always say it ayahuasca. Is it ayahuasca?
I mean, he said ayahuasca.
Okay.
I think
No,
it's one of those things where
I thought it.
ayahuasca.
I know, but the way they
Ayahuasca.
pronounce ayahuasca. Yes. I keep hearing you say. I'm like, am I fucking this
is
up?
it so wait, is it spelled so did I spell it wrong too?
AHUASCA.
Damn,
Fuck.
D on the spelling.
I'm
about
all
to
into
take
this shit.
about to
Damn.
take
I'm all
the
into
Indian
this
bulls
shit.
out.
I
Let's
am
Dude.
so
go.
ready to go to
Yeah.
Peru and see God. It's not even funny.
I'll tell you what, it's
Listen.
Go ahead, dude.
If I go to
Shrooms.
if I go to Peru, I'm going to Machu Picchu, and that's all of it. That's it.
I'm going
I'll
to
do it up
Machu
there.
Picchu and doing ayahuasca up there. Yes, for real.
Fuck.
I
Fucking
don't know. I might jump off the mountain.
Yeah, he might be like, I can fly, right?
I'm gonna be a bird.
all of that shit. I'm like way into the whole psychedelics thing. I'm like
Really?
on the
See,
news. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
So as far as my understanding, every guy I've ever heard or like talk about it always says that what it mostly does is it pulls you out of your body, right? You have an out of body experience.
Mhm.
Yep.
And a lot of the things that trouble you in your life, you come to peace with. So you no longer
Oh.
carry the burden. So a lot of people
Do
come
you
out of
wanna
it like
hear-
whether they're upset with things in their life, whatever it was, they come out like brand new. It's like a
yeah,
reset.
it's a trauma. So it's funny because the way I got into it, I think actually was from Joe Rogan. It was someone Rogan had on his show that was talking about shrooms, psilocybin.
Hell yeah,
So I started-
psilocybin's the shit.
Diving into that, and it's the same concept. And the
Mhm.
one big thing that's happening right now is like the whole idea is that the war on drugs shut that shit down. We started to like study what these things actually do to us, and then the war on drugs in the 70s shut all the information they
Fuck
had.
you, Ronald
you know,
Reagan. Fuck
was-
you, Ronald Reagan.
was like burned. Like that information just doesn't even
Wait,
exist
wait,
anymore.
T, so you were saying like they were in the process of like researching it scientifically, and then the war on
Yeah.
drugs came in and like kind of just
Done. obliterated
everything. Oh wow,
Yep.
I had no idea.
Mhm.
Oh
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
So
Oh, yeah.
now it's coming back. Johns Hopkins Hospital now has $17 million dedicated to studying psilocybin, DMT, all this shit.
What?
And the big study that
Sign
they
me up
have
for that study program.
is it well
you know?
it,
I'm
like,
in.
it like, dude, I would do anything. The way they do this, right, is they give you shrooms or
Yeah.
LSD.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you're with a therapist who is his trip watching you. You know what I mean? They're trip
Fuck.
sitting you
Yeah.
in this beautiful environment. Like it's the most controlled trip you'll ever fucking have.
Yeah.
And which is like the whole reason I want to do it so bad, but I'm afraid because I'm so fucking paranoid sober, let alone all fucked up. I don't trust anybody enough to watch me while I do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, the
Agreed.
big study at this point is the fact that they're using it for people with PTSD. So
Yeah,
they do what they call microdosing,
wow.
right? They microdose
no,
people
no.
with it. So
I
you're not
microdose.
tripping. I know, but you're not
That's not
tripping
true.
balls. This is very true. Sean Day talks about it all the time, and all the SEALs who have PTSD microdose, and it helps. Obviously, they don't trip balls because you're not taking a main dose, but that it helps with just like CBD. It helps with inflammation of the brain,
calms your nerves.
and lesions and things like that. So that's like the new wave right now is the
There's
the
two
microdosing.
things. So there's two things involved with that. I know you're saying they're using it for PTSD. So
No,
it
for
calms
real
your-
PTSD, not like if you got raped by your uncle or if you were in the middle
Well,
of like
that's
the
so-
real PTSD.
That's not how
like
PTSD
I'm mad
works.
at the way my life goes.
Yeah.
That's not how PTSD works. Trauma is trauma.
Sure is.
It's
Sure
no,
is.
it's not. No, it's not.
All right.
Trauma is
Go ahead, dude.
trauma is trauma. So like you can't sit and say
Okay.
someone's trauma wasn't traumatic to them. You know what I mean?
Well, when
It
I hear a
doesn't
guy say he
matter.
got yelled at and he feels like it's trauma because he's a soy boy, get the
that's
fuck out
not
of my face.
That's
Right.
not PTSD. Getting in a car accident and feeling nervous after that's PTSD. Like those kind of things. There's a lot of different levels to PTSD. Do the people in the military?
Levels. levels.
The people in the military probably have it the fucking worst. Yeah, that's like very, very highly likely. You know what I mean? But
Right.
the
I don't
big
know about
thing
the worst, but yeah.
They're up there.
Yeah, with studies, they are affected the most, and it's a very high amount of people.
Yeah.
But the thing with John Hopkins, so with PTSD, microdose, the whole thing behind psilocybin is the way it makes your brain talk to each other, talk to itself. So your left side of your brain is able to communicate with the right side, which it can't do sober. So in doing these studies recently, like we've never even been able to look at our brains that way, let alone look at them on drugs. You know what I mean? So they found like, holy shit, this is huge. And what they've noticed is that it can kill depression. It is so helpful for depression. It's not even funny. They can see how it just takes over and
You're
totally
saying
calms
like
down.
the results after using it are very beneficial towards depression because it's expanding your mind.
Oh, there's two different things. So microdose, and like Steve was saying, that will suppress, I think it's default mode network, it's called. It's just this piece in the back of your brain that is what triggers depression and anxiety. Okay. And by microdosing, it calms that down. So yeah, so that totally brings is from here down to here.
No shit.
On a regular basis. You're not tripping. It's totally great. I was microdosing for a long time.
It just kind of like fucking great. It numbs you. Is that kind of like
calms you down? That's all it is. It's just like this calming thing. But what John Hopkins is studying is they do the controlled trips, right? So they specifically are doing studies on people that are fearful of death, right? So they have cancer patients in remission who are afraid to die, who are afraid to get cancer again and die. People like that. They're having them do a lot of military with PTSD. They're having them do the full on trip that's, controlled in the office. And it's just like Steve said, you don't have a choice but to face your biggest fears with no control over it. And by the end of it, you're done with it. Like it's like you handled it in that moment.
So Rogan went over this. He had a guy in there. So the one I do know something about, the PTSD with soldiers is obviously different. When they microdose it, it's basically, it's a little different. They don't go full balls. They go microdosing with most soldiers. The ones in the hospital though, with the cancer and shit, they just had a patient in there, and he said this guy was terminal, and he said the biggest thing it did to him, he was so worried about like his fit. Again, like most people, you're worried about. Like for me, I don't know. For me, I'm not worried about myself. I'm worried about the way you make people feel if you pass away. Your fucking brother, your mother, your, all the people that love you. That's the people who take it the hardest. Your shit's done. So they were saying that when they take this a high dose of psilocybin, they get the out of body experience, and they come to like a realization and come to a peace with themselves. And they're almost like 90% of people in this terminal illness have used this, and it's been working
instant.
great.
It's instant.
How many times do they have to use it?
Once.
Now
you get
once in a large dose. Yes, one time. Like a real
but it's like one big fucking whack.
Yeah, it's a full on trip. Yeah, it's a full ass trip. No control, nothing, not at all. They call it the ego death.
Yeah,
really.
So you're killing your own ego. Yeah.
So what happens to these? So like these people, if they go back to their normal lives and are less effective by their personal trauma, or
not the terminally ill, but but like those guys.
Yeah, well, it's all the mental, right? All of it's mental. So it's these people who have a fear or have like this, whatever it is that they can't live with. They are faced with what they can't live with through hallucination. Your subconscious is just shoving you into it. Your subconscious is brought in front of you. You know what I mean? Whether you like it or not. And you don't even know what's going to be there. You might have an idea of the shit that's bothering you. And all of a sudden these things get in front of you. And it's like, oh my God, I didn't even know that was a fucking thing. You know what I mean? And they come out of it. They call it the love drug. And then there's a bunch of neurological reasons for that, just because what it's doing. You come out of there just at peace. You appreciate colors, nature, especially. Like you come out just feeling like love is all that matters. And I know that sounds corny as shit, but it's truth. People are coming out who are suicidal that are like, I don't want to do that to my family. You know what I mean? They start looking at things very, very differently. And there's something about it.
And now remember, the brain research, the brain research shit's crazy because it's the only organ in the body that doctors can they don't know shit about it. It's like
such a mystery.
So they can replace anything else in your body. They can replace your fucking heart. Can't replace your brain. You get brain trauma, it's over. It's the only organ in the body that they really don't know really how it works. Like they have an idea, but they really don't know. No one has any concrete evidence on exactly how neurons fire off, for what reason, why this does that. They have no fucking idea. So it's so like top or tip of the spear, like brand new technology. The shit's wild.
Has that research that they've been doing with like the psilocybin and things, has that been helping them expand their knowledge of the brain?
Oh, it's kicking off.
Of course.
Everything's
Really?
kicking off. It's starting to be nationwide. They're starting to make psilocybin legal in
They're
states.
they almost made it legal in Colorado. They nixed it. Now it's in Cali, and it's in the Senate right now for their little like state Senate. They're trying to pass it in Cali, and Cali would be the first state ever to decriminalize it. So not make it legal, but to decriminalize it. Decriminalize it, which means I can go out and get it, and they're not going to say shit. But you can't go to a state, you can't go to a government-funded store like you can with weed and buy it. You have to get it on your own. But they're not going to penalize anybody if you have it.
Well,
I think Oregon.
That's the first step.
I think Oregon is another state, but the whole idea is
they start with the decriminalization, then it moves forward.
Which is kind of, it's a step, but it's the whole idea is to be in that controlled setting with a doctor. You know what I mean? It's kind of being used as administered than recreational. Right. You do shrooms when you're in college, you're like, oh shit. But like the fucking reality of what shrooms can do. Yeah, well, the first time you do shrooms, right? So like you're young when you first time you do shrooms and you're just tripping and you have no idea. But the reality of like what that actually can do for people is fucking insane. And then like even the history behind it. Joe Rogan had an Egyptologist on his thing who was saying that it's like an active argument between Egyptologists because they're finding traces of psilocybin and everything. And they don't want, like half of them don't want to admit that they all did a bunch of shrooms, but they fucking did. They did it in Greece.
Here
they
you go
did
for
it everywhere.
It's
like a common thing.
They had this is for you two because you two went to Catholic school. There's a big argument when one of the, I forget what scientist was on with Rogan, about how they really think that the burning bush scenario, the way they explain it in the Bible, was they were tripping balls when the whole
they think it was a
burning
hallucination.
Bush. Yes. And they think they were drinking something very similar to ayahuasca because it's been around forever. And they think they were drinking the tea, and that kind of brought out these visions. And then they, the whole ordeal where what was it, Moses saw Jesus or whatever, blah blah blah. The whole burning bush.
He was told to go to the top of Mount Sinai,
to get the
right?
I
think that's what it was.
There's strong indications through science that they were influenced.
Tripping balls, It's like
I'll send you the link for that episode.
That's starting to be talked about now. Like, and half of the historians are refusing to accept it, and the other half are like, "Nah, everyone was fucked up." By accident. It wasn't even medicinal. Like they were just trying to make wine and then we're getting themselves fucked up by accident.
And
but then labeling that wine to be like, all right, be careful with this one, But it's like, it's crazy. And it's all the history in it is crazy. Like everything about it is just fucking nuts. And I love, like I said, I'm on the newsletter with Job Hopkins. They send me emails every day. I'm like constantly reading about this. Yeah. Wow. I love it.
And small note, you know where some of the best mushrooms in the world come from?
Where?
PA, because of our farming pastures and shit. Obviously, State manure College. Helps. Yeah. Oh my God, the Lancaster. There's some of the strongest mushrooms in the world come out of Pennsylvania.
I wonder if it's like because it's from cow shit, right? Like so
fertilized cow shit, and then exactly.
The mushrooms that grow out of that. So I wonder if it's something in the grass here or whatever,
It's also with the water, of course. It's like the same thing with like rolls. Like you fucking people are like, they taste different here. Yeah, well, everybody's using different water. You know what I mean? You use water from the Hudson, it tastes different. The Schuylkill, blah blah blah. Never used it from the Schuylkill. How dare myself? But whatever. You get the.
I know, right? We'd be growing extra limbs, but
I'd have a fucking dick on my forehead.
Yeah.
Roll it tastes like dog shit. Tastes like motor oil and death.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, dude. The last time, like, I've never had a good experience with shrooms. Never.
Some people don't. So it's different
for me. Yeah.
I've had a couple buddies like lose their shit, but I was always fine.
The big thing with it,
my shit.
Yeah, the big thing with it, they say, is like it's like acceptance and then set and setting. So you're supposed to go in with an intention, and you need to be in a setting that's calm, where someone's watching you, where you feel safe. Like, why you're there. You're there for a reason. And that's what the thing is. Like, when every time someone takes shrooms, not knowing like the reality of what can actually fucking come out of it, you end up fucked up. Because it's an immediate first thing. Even microdosing, when I'm like, Yeah, even microdose. And when I microdose, you get this moment where there's like, all right, I'm getting anxious. Like you can feel it. It's like a kind of roller coaster. It passes. It takes like, 5-10 minutes and it's gone. But it's an immediate anxiety. Your body gets like, oh shit, it's coming. And sometimes you can, if you know that's gonna pass, it passes. But if you're not willing to accept it, you got to give it 5 minutes and it's gonna go. You're a fucking mess.
Now this makes
Yeah.
sense. Next time I see D blazing a heater and like waving it around in front of her, I'm gonna be like, oh, I.
I haven't done them in a while. I have a bunch though.
Wait a minute.
Yeah. Oh yeah, dude. I put them in little capsules. I don't even eat them. I just throw it back. I have them measured out. I have a scale. I measure them because the fucking dose is the hard part, and that's another reason why I wish I could be done through a doctor because
to be regulated,
dude. It's so fucking hard to get that dose right. I accidentally overdosed myself one day. Thought I was microdosing, and I started tripping. And I'm in my house like,
hell yeah.
Fuck, I'm fucking
Frank,
tripping.
Frank the trash dog talking to you and shit. Frank's like, hey, how about we leave the lid off the trash can? What we doing?
Couldn't even walk. I was crawling down the steps.
Hell yeah.
On my hands and knees. I was just like, God, how the fuck did I fuck that up? No, thank God. And I was like coming. I texted my roommate and I was like, just FYI, I did shrooms and I'm tripping by accident. And she goes, are you okay? And my response was, yeah, don't come up here. And then I sat by myself. I'm sitting by myself while it's just getting worse. Because, dude, nothing sounds better than music when you're on. It's like the most fucking beautiful thing you'll ever hear. It doesn't even matter what fucking song it is. Everything just sounds better. So I just usually take it and sit and listen to music for a little bit till like the good part passes and that's it. So I'm texting her like, don't come up here. Like I was afraid. What would happen if she came up. I was also living with a 3-year-old. Fucking terrified of that. And then eventually I was like, I'm gonna have a stroke. I need to get out of this room and be supervised. So I come out and I'm like crawling down the steps. She's immediately laughing. I'm like running from her kid who's like, hi, it's I. I'm like, get the fuck away from me. I'm like waiting for her to freak out crying or something. I didn't know what to expect. I was so anxious and having a bad trip because I was just worried something bad was going to happen while I was tripping and I wasn't going to be able to handle it.
Dude, one time I think I was like 22 maybe, right? Like that age. And I was seeing a chick at the time, an end-up chick. And like we were dating and like I'd taken this shit and it was on Christmas. I'd taken some shrooms and it was on Christmas. And then she like, we were going to hang out and like do whatever. And she came over and said that she was pregnant. And I was like, ah! I was like,
talk about the worst timing ever. Oh my
God.
Bro, she ended up not being pregnant. It was just a scare. But I fucking lost my fucking mind. I'm like, oh my god, I gotta call my
You're about
mom.
to go.
Yeah, I was like,
about to go John Bobbitt and cut your wiener off.
Dude, I didn't know what I was gonna do.
So I went to
that's intense.
With
Jesus.
with microdosing, you're supposed to. There's like different methods to it, but the one I was doing was 3 days on, 2 days off. So you do 3 days because it loses. It's a potency thing, and you get tolerant to it, so you can't consecutively do it or it won't work. Yeah. So I was doing 3 days on.
Did you crave it in the days off or no?
Not at all. No addiction at all whatsoever. So but I didn't want to stop. I was feeling, I was having it was just a hard time in my life. And I don't like SSRIs and prescriptions. So I was just trying something different. You know what I mean? Right. And it was working. It really was like, I felt really good when I was microdosing. So I didn't want to stop, but I had, my whole family went down to Myrtle Beach for vacation. So I took some with me, smuggling on a plane. That's how I roll. So I took shrooms down with me and I did my 3 days on, 2 days off. You know what I mean? Well, the last day I was there, I'm like, I packed, I'm literally sitting, reading a book, waiting for my flight. Right. And I took my dose for that day and I'm reading a book and I just started like not being able to focus on it. I was like, all right, I guess I'm done with this today. You know what I mean? I put that down and I walk over to the window and I'm looking at the like water over the balcony. I was like, oh my God, that water's so fucking blue. How did I not notice it was blue before? And then it was just like, oh, I'm tripping. Like it immediately hit me.
oh my God, I'm fucking tripping. I didn't eat. You're like, because it's a dose thing. You have to eat first. You know what I mean? I was like, I didn't fucking eat before I took it. God damn it. I'm supposed to be driving to the airport. I need to get on a fucking plane. I need to walk around an airport, like things I hate already. And now my anxiety is at 1,000. I walk out of the fucking into my parents' hotel room and I just start crying, which I'm not a crier. So my parents were like, what the fuck is going on? And I was like, I can't drive to the I was like, I can't drive to the airport. I can't drive to the airport. And they're like, why? I'm like, I can't drive. I just kept saying it, like, I can't drive. Finally, my mom's like, why? What the fuck is wrong with you? I was like, I think I'm having an anxiety attack. I don't know. Stop asking questions. I can't drive. You need to drive me. So we drove dead ass silent the whole fucking way there. I'm like trying not to jump out of my fucking skin. You know what I mean? And then I get to this airport. It took me so fucking long to get to my gate. Like I thought I was going to miss this flight because I was tripping walking through this fucking airport. It's ridiculous.
Dude, that just hearing that gives me fucking anxiety.
Yeah.
That's the last place you want to be.
Those are things that give me anxiety in the first place. I hate airports. I can't stand it.
The worst.
But to be tripping and walking
Not me.
there, I was just
Really?
like,
Not
no.
me. I fucking
me
love
in a
anywhere.
chair.
I love anywhere I can mingle with humans that I've never met before. It's like my favorite joy on earth. Oh, I mean, you know me. I was that kid
You
when I
can
was a little
talk.
kid. Like,
You can talk. For
and my
sure.
mom was like, you were the shithead I needed the leash for, because I would turn around and at like 3, I turn around and you're like fucking walking off with somebody talking to them. And I'm like, yo, shithead, get the fuck over here. And that's just like, I love, like, I'm about to get on an airplane. I cannot fucking wait to go mingle with and hear.
Yeah.
I just love it. I love hearing people's stories.
You're
I love
the guy
like
that,
talking
like,
to people.
You're making friends with people.
I'm talking to
like
everybody.
across the aisle in the plane. Like,
Yeah. You're
we get off. I'm like, man, I'm dapping them up. I'm like, man, I hope your life goes good, bro. Like, I love you, brother.
You're the guy
that's
you're
me.
the guy that sits next to me, and the whole time I'm thinking I'm not fucking friendly. You know what I mean? Stop talking to me. I hate it.
You win over though.
If I'm sitting next to a decent looking chick, well then my whole script flips. But most people, I just want to know about your story. If you're cute, well then I'm just trying to find out what you like.
To sit next to someone for 5 hours and not have like at least try at least a semblance of a conversation.
Depends how much weed I smoke before it.
Yeah.
Don't speak to me. You're iced. Do not even attempt. But that's like my regular thing. I used to, like, I don't know. I can make friends anywhere. Something about airports and planes.
I don't believe you for a second.
Would it be different? D, would it be different if it was a girl instead of a guy?
No, it'd be even like, leave me the fuck alone.
Okay.
Kids actually are my favorite thing. I like sitting next to kids, but I don't want to talk. I don't want to be stuck getting into conversation. Here's the thing. And I think this is just like something that it's just like a lesson learned kind of thing. I'm stuck next to you for 5 hours. The first 8 minutes of conversation could be great, but I might fucking hate you in an hour. And now I'm stuck talking to you for 4 more.
Ooh,
you know what I mean?
And listen, here's
think this is
agreed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Agreed. Not agreed. But here's where I come from.
So
and I'm not using it because this fucking show's named after. One of my favorite words in the dictionary is perspective, right?
Yeah.
And the more I learn, even from a person I don't like, the more I learn from him, the greater my perspective grows. So I want to hear, even if I don't like you, I want to hear more about you so that I kind of get to the root of why don't I like you? I don't even fucking know you. So I might as well figure out, I'm like, oh, I love hearing other people, even if I don't like you. And I'm like, okay, you know what? Now I know that I don't like that. I just want to hear, it makes me feel like I'm gaining knowledge, and knowledge is key anywhere in life. So the more people I talk to, the more perspectives, the more weird shit I hear, the more educated or cultured I am.
The one thing
not for this fag shit going on nowadays with the culture shit. Sure. I just actually enjoy other people. Not this I want to be a woke fucking retard.
The one thing I've noticed about myself, probably.
All right, I'm not cutting that shit anymore. We're letting it ride.
Good, so you fucking woke pussies. Suck on my third nut that I'm gonna grow after I take psilocybin.
I'm sick of that fucking shit trying to run our stuff. We can say whatever the fuck we want on this fucking show.
Yeah.
The one thing I will say that I think I noticed about myself within like the last year, like in these kind of scenarios, is that just about
your pronouns.
Every single job that I've had since I was 15 is service, right?
Yeah.
I am talking to people all day, every day, and even included now. So like when it gets to these points, I'm like, I'm done. I'm done peopling. I don't, especially on my way to vacation. I'm done. I don't want to people right now. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like I don't want to have to entertain the person fucking next to me. I just want to get on the plane and go. But
I love entertaining.
Airports are like I think I just feel I feel like I feel everyone's vibe, and airports are tense as shit. There's people rushing, people are like trying to get where they need to be and anxious and shit like that. And I just fucking hate it. I just hate the vibe in
like
airports.
Going through security and baggage check, that's all like a rush. But once you're like waiting for the plane, it's a little slowed down. But then you're in line to board the plane, and there's more fucking rush there. You know, like
what
you
zone?
go from like rushing to like sitting to rushing to sitting to.
I can definitely appreciate the people watching of an airport, but that's probably
watching is just the beginning for me. I need to talk.
Yeah,
I need to hear your intelligence level. I need to hear what's going on in your life. I want to know about everybody.
Are you drinking it like before and on the plane too, Steve? Or are you going like sober? Or are you smoking?
Everything.
Oh, all right.
Well, I'm gonna smoke a big fat blunt before I head down to the airport. Right. But then, I mean, I'm not gonna be drinking like I'm getting on the airplane tonight at 3 a.m. I'm not drinking at 3 a.m. I'm not a fucking derelict.
I'd be a fucking mess if I did that.
God, I love it.
Oh my God.
I'd be fucking like crying like, dude, where do I go? I'm lost.
The TSA would have me.
I'm talking to I'm the one that eventually like the security guard goes, all right, buddy, you got to go to your flight. Like, you don't need to talk to me anymore. I'm like, but yeah, I'm like, your kid plays football. I know a guy that trains people. He's like, get the fuck out of here. I'm like, all right. I got it.
Man.
That's funny.
Well, yeah. But you also too, I will say, Steve, if there's people that are like in Diana's sphere, right? Like where they're like, I don't want to be bothered, but not maybe as much as like Diana doesn't want to be bothered.
I feel the vibe immediately.
Right. But then also you're the kind of person that will bring them out of their shell as well. So if like there's someone on the train and you guys are talking all this shit, like I think you have like the vibe where someone feels comfortable that like in the next row could be like chime in and you'd be like, yeah, this fucking guy, you know, like, do you think like, does that happen as well? Like you could bring like a couple rows of people. Now it's like a full conversation with a group of people. Right.
And here's my thing. Obviously, like you guys are, like she said, she's been in the service industry. I've been also in the service industry, but my service industry deals with a lot of money, right? So when someone comes to the shop, spends a lot of money and they have to get my comfort level to a certain level that I'm not ripping them off, you know, blah, blah, blah. So I've learned that the best way to relate to customers over my 2.5 decades of working in this industry, trying to sell shit to people, is that I always like to have a base knowledge, a little bit of anything. So I read the paper from front to back. Used to, not anymore. It's a fucking dinosaur. But I love it when I'm like, oh, what do you do? And the guy will say, I don't know, finance. So right away I start throwing some Charles Schwab shit out, right? Or like something I read that I have no idea about, but I'm going to let him run with it. Just give him the teaser. Let him run with it, you know, and then I actually gain the knowledge from him. Vice versa. The guy's like, you know, he's like, oh, I work at Merck and I'm a fucking marketing agent. I'm like, oh, yeah, my buddy's in marketing. He tried this one time. What do you think? And the guy's like, that's the dumbest shit I ever heard. You know, I realized that all you need to do is relate to them a little bit, find out what they like or what they do in their life. So you find out whether it's what they do for work or whatever, throw out a little crimpet that I know is a little controversial and then let them run with it. And then I'm like, oh, all right. And whatever side they're on, it's the side I'm on. I'm like, yeah, man, fuck that guy. I can't believe they would do that shit. Can you believe it?
I think
it's like for the anti-vaxxers and the vaxxers, guys come in, they're like, I'm vaccinated. I'm like, me too. Anti-vaxxers come in, I'm like, fuck that thing. How dare they? What are we doing? What are we
doing?
Man,
you're a salesman. You're a people pleaser. You know, that's what you got to do, right? You're instilling confidence in people to give you money. That is a skill that had to be acquired. You know? And
I have learned, I watched my father do this for 40 years. People respect you when you know a little bit about something they're into. They're like, oh, this guy's not a fucking idiot. This isn't his baseball game, but he knows the score. You understand?
Yeah. He gets he has an idea. No, they know you're not just a fucking brain dead
schluck.
Yeah.
I'm not a fucking grease monkey like half these people think. They think I just swing from the bottom of your car and fucking magically make the oil go out.
Also, you're in a self-owned auto shop, right? Like a privately owned auto shop. So every person you have to come in that you don't know, you have to prove to them right away that you're not going to steal from them. Right?
And 90% of the people in this industry have been stolen from before.
That's yeah. And then
it's the sad part of this industry, but also makes us money. So
right, because you like if you're an honest one, like you like I feel
cold.
Like my buddy that came to you a couple weeks ago, it was that exact issue. where he had gone to a dealership that was going to charge him thousands of dollars.
Railroad him.
Yeah. And you like looked at his car and they're like, bro, they're fucking like, they're going to lie and steal.
And again, and the same thing you want to see. And you want to see it with your own eyes. So I made sure I brought your buddy. He's a good guy, by the way. Made sure I bring I like the kid. Made sure I bring him out so he could see it and show him exactly what they were explaining and how it's not in the best shape, but the thing's completely fine. Like, what do you? There's no need to replace that.
No. They're just trying to, So that I mean, that's a skill that had to be acquired as well. But then also, you're on the same side of, look, you're going to be friendly. You're not going to lie. But then you have to take care of yourself to prevent you from being taken advantage of as well, which is like, that's the other side of the coin where that is
where
tough.
People call up and go, I got like, I don't know. Can you just like slap that head gasket on? I'm sorry, excuse me. Like, that's a very complicated job. And I know I watched a YouTube video. I'm like, do it in your driveway then. Yeah. Do it in your driveway. Let me know how that goes.
You do.
Let me know how that goes.
Yeah. How many times do you get that where it's like, someone's like, dude, hey, could you just throw this on for me? And you're like, bro, that's gonna be like $1,500. Like, dude, I saw him do it on YouTube. It takes an hour. How are you gonna charge me $1,500 for an hour? And you're like, bro,
the worst.
You have no fucking idea what you're talking about.
The worst are the older.
The thing you had the weld. What the hell was
that? Yeah. I don't even want to get into it. But the worst are the older guys that kind of get into YouTube a little bit. They see a couple things. First question I always ask, I'm like, did they have gloves on or any dirt on their hands? He's like, no. I'm like, exactly. You go and look under your car, and when you see the dead squirrel guts and your neighbor's cat you ran over and the rest of the shit that's clogged up in there, try to figure it out.
I always wondered, do you guys have to use a special kind of soap to get that stuff off? Or is it just...
Yes, this soap is super expensive, and it'll take anything off. Paint, dry paint. It's amazing.
Is it worth it?
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Oh my God, every penny. So
I was gonna wonder. I've done like I changed my oil a couple times, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, you're covered, and I barely did anything.
It's a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
This industry sucks dick.
So back on to ayahuasca. Maybe is it
God
ayahuasca?
Damn it.
Haya or Aya?
Like an eyeball?
Like an eyeball.
Ayahuasca.
Okay. So back
Even though I will admit Haya sounds cooler. Yeah. Haya sounds cooler.
Haya.
Actually, keep saying it that way. I like it that way. I'm gonna start saying it that way.
It's the Jewish version. It's the ayahuasca.
Yeah. Hell yeah, I'm with it.
Yeah.
I'm with it.
So back to that. Man, if we could find that or some DMT, like how hard is it to get that stuff?
I don't know. We go to Kensington. We'll figure it out.
Dude, I got
they
a
would
guy.
have that.
You got a guy. You got a guy, and you don't even know it.
Oh, the dude we had on the show?
No.
The guy.
Oh, somebody else? I know.
Yeah. If I say his name, will you just bleep it?
Yeah. Dude, he gets fucking everything, doesn't he?
Everything.
He can get his hands on anything.
When I went to pick it up for the first time, I was like, oh my God. I didn't even know you had access to. I didn't know you did all of this. You know what I mean? Like, I thought I was going to be handed some trash.
He can get his hands on anything. That
anything.
Guy. Anything. Oh yeah.
What if I need plutonium for the flux capacitor?
He probably has some in his garage.
That
fucking guy. He's that, man.
I'm gonna text him and see if he can come Saturday. He might have his kids. I love him. I love hanging out with him. Awesome. I love drinking with him, but I used to love when he came in the bar. I love.
He was one of the regulars I really liked. Really good. Yeah. Damn, I'm gonna have to cut his fucking name out like 100 times.
Yeah, just
I said it like 30 times myself.
And I was pissing the whole time, so whatever.
Yeah, nice, very nice. Okay.
Yeah, he can get you anything. I was like, he was like, which kind? I was like, what do you mean, which kind?
Wait a minute. Wait. Is that?
I have golden teachers. I have.
That's a serious thing. Like, there's different ayahuascas.
Oh no, not ayahuasca.
Oh, I was confused. Yeah. That I get. I was like, holy shit, there's a different types?
No. Shrooms.
I'm sure there
like,
has to be different strands, right?
Oh yeah, there's ayahuasca.
Like, is it to tea, right?
It's derived, but it's derived from the exact same thing. So there's no real like bend in it. You know what I mean?
Right.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
And I think it's so intense that it is what it is.
Is it indigenous to like a certain, like you have to get it from like a rainforest or something?
Yes.
Or
yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Jesus. Dude, yeah. So yeah, if you want to hear a little bit about ayahuasca and life mastery coaches, check out this week's episode with Mike Vasconez. It's available on all podcast platforms and YouTube at Work Perspectives Podcast. please subscribe so my wife stops fucking killing me. And then next week we have Todd Wyden on the show. You guys don't know Todd Wyden. He's my buddy from my office job. He's from Connecticut. So he grew up his whole life in Connecticut.
Is he from Dansbury?
It's funny you mentioned that. I was in Connecticut. I was in Connecticut last weekend.
Oh, yeah.
And I drove through Dansbury.
No, you didn't.
Yeah.
Oh, no, you fucking didn't.
Yeah, I went to Hartford, and I was like, fuck, should I take a video and send it to the guy? I was totally about to do it.
How did you not do
that? I wanted to, because I was like,
you should have done it for Wingnut.
I'm
do it for Wingnut.
Like, I know. I was like, God damn it, Jimmy Galante. Fucking
what did Dansbury look like?
I mean, I was on the highway and drove through it.
Oh, yeah, okay. I hear you. Yeah,
it just looked like a town.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you what, fucking Connecticut's like I mean, from what I hear, the winters there are just fucking kicking the
brutal.
Dick awful.
Yeah, brutal.
But like,
it's a nice place.
We were in Hartford, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
I've been in Hartford.
It's fucking nice, right?
Beautiful.
Like they were even saying like that, like they said like at one point we were going through the bad part of town, and I was like, even the bad part of town is pretty fucking nice, right?
Yeah,
I'm like, what's going on here? You know?
Yep.
It was awesome and like clean and like trees everywhere, and you know, I don't know.
Gorgeous.
I was just and like new buildings and stuff. I was just a big fan. I thought it was awesome. But either way, so Todd Wyden, the guest we have on the show next week, he's going to give us a really cool insight. He worked on a tobacco farm in Connecticut as a kid. And he worked for a major cable distributor, and he has some great stories about that. So really, really great episode. Really, really excited to get that one out there. But now we got to talk about, this Saturday, October 2nd. At Graham's Pub, the land of the free, home of the brave, at 8 p.m. is going down. Someone's winning the rights to this show, and someone's going home a stunad, right? So you can be there a little early. We're going to have it all there at Graham's Pub, land of the free, home of the brave, 8919 Ridge Avenue, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, 19128. And like I said, 8 p.m. is when we're starting. So get there early to get the good seats. It's gonna be a blast. We got a DJ and everything already. I still haven't decided fully on my entrance music. I'm tossing around a couple things. But if you're listening to this,
we know you like to toss.
Yeah. Oh yeah, tossing it all around. But in the comments, if you have any ideas for my entrance music, let me know. One of the songs I was thinking, but the thing is, like, I want the crowd. I don't know. But one of the ones I was thinking is kind of like a longer song on that level. I was thinking of Bohemian Rhapsody being my entrance music, just because I shit on the movie so much. You know what I mean?
That'd be funny. Yeah.
Like, I thought that would be like clever, you know, but then also I want the crowd to like be able to get into it and like, you know, like I know everyone knows that song, but it's really fucking long and it starts slow, you know, like you need something that fucking pumps like right away. So I don't know. I'll think of something, but we're going to stream it live on YouTube and on Twitch. So at our, you know, good friend, the Dami Llama's channel, it's going to be fucking great. So so that's this Saturday, October 2nd, 8 p.m. That's the one thing, you know, we learn a lot of things doing this stuff. And when promoting this, I completely flaked on the time for the last fucking 4 weeks. I never mentioned what time it was going to be at. So I said, just one day I was like, well, it's going to be 8 p.m. because fucking I got to put my kid to bed, and that's when we're doing it. So there you go. So 8 p.m. it is, Saturday, October 2nd. Land of the Free, Home of the Brave, Graham's Pub, 8919 Ridge Avenue, Andorra, Pennsylvania, 19128. Unfortunately, even though you were heavily involved in Tom's training and the road to Rainbow Road, our good friend, the Strong Stem, N-Dub's favorite son, Schwap Game, Steve Cabot, will not be available to be there this Saturday to sign autographs and support Tom. Where will you be, Steve?
I will be in a little place called Richland, Washington.
Ooh.
All the way out there on the West Coast.
Damn. How long is that flight?
I don't fucking know. So I know that it's going to take a while to get out there. And again, I'm making a pit stop on the way back in Atlanta to see a N-Dub alumni to hang out a little bit. But I did get to glance at the travel time for the way back. and I almost threw the fuck up because I'm getting on a plane at 7 o'clock in the morning, and I'm not pulling into Philly until about, I don't know, 11:15 at night. It's like I don't.
Are you
That's
doing
way too
like
much travel time.
connecting flights? And...
unless you want to pay $2,000, you got to at least make a stop. So and the airport I'm going into, where my boy is at, you have to get on a puddle hopper. So we got to fly to Seattle, which is like Pittsburgh, and relative to PA, Seattle's Pittsburgh. Where I'm going to be at's Philly, right? So it's like a 4.5 hour. So I got to jump in some other dickhead plane and go. What the fuck?
Is he at the top part of Washington or the bottom?
He is. So it would be.
So he's like fucking Canada.
Scranton. He's like Scranton. He's literally like 40 miles from Idaho and like 60 miles from Canada.
Oh my!
So did you ever see?
So he's like the top corner, like inside, not towards the ocean. Okay.
So if anybody want to talk about great documentaries, there's one called, which hits home to your father, I'm sure. There's one called Ruby Ridge about an ex-Army Ranger. Moves out to like, blah, blah. You can look it up on Netflix. I'm not getting into it.
It's on Netflix? Okay.
Yeah. It's insane. In one of the most pivotal, it was right before the Waco incident where they shot all them, down in Waco, Texas. Okay. This was the pre-build to it. It was to a poor Army Ranger guy, blah, blah. It's insane what happens. But where that happened, because he just wanted to move his family away to like the most remote place on earth and teach them how to get away from all the bullshit society and just live off the land. And that's like an hour away. I want to drive there so bad after watching that documentary. It's amazing, that documentary, by the way.
And you're gonna be near there at least?
Real close. All
right.
Now, am I gonna be drinking beer and smoking blunts every 6 seconds? Yes. So I'm probably not gonna do shit. I'm at the mercy of others. Right. But whatever.
Are you? I mean, like, are you renting a car and all of that stuff?
Hold on. No, because we're right by my boy's house. But wait for this one. You're married, so I'm sure your wife would enjoy this. My guy, all his boys are from Philly, right? Okay. He's all the way out there, right?
Yeah.
So we get out there. He wants to have a little bit of a bachelor's party. My buddy doesn't drink, doesn't smoke, doesn't do nothing, right? He's a straight shooter, but he's fucking nuts. So
sometimes those are the craziest guys.
Ready for this, D? Imagine this is your husband. This motherfucker, for his bachelor party, when we get in on Saturday,
and the wedding's Sunday.
Tomorrow, but Sunday we get in. We have to do like rehearsals and shit, so we're going in early. But Saturday, this motherfucker set up paintball.
Yeesh.
So I told him all I'm aiming for is to do two things. I want to shoot him in the fucking face so he has a black eye in his wedding. And I also want to shoot him in the nutsack so that his fucking wife, he's got swollen balls for his wedding night. So I said, I'm going to ruin 20 years from now. I'm going to look at the pictures and they're going to go, his kids, he has a daughter. She's going to look up and go, Daddy, why do you have that big black eye on your face? And you're going to have to look at her and go, fucking Steve. Yeah. I was like, I need this in my life. I need it. And all the girls that are going were like, paintball the day before your wedding? Are you like, what are you doing? Why would you do that? And I'm like, cause it fucks. And he wants me to shoot him in the Adam's apple. That's the only spot I'm aiming.
The Adam's apple.
The worst
right in his fucking neck.
Dude, we played like the fucking JV Navy SEAL team last time I fucking played. Dude, the worst is when you get shot in like the back of the thigh. Oh my God.
My fucking cousin shot me up under the neck before when I was like 10 and he was 10 years older than me because he's a dickhead. I thought I was going to fucking die. I mean, I collapsed like the biggest bitch you've ever seen. I was like, I'm going to die. He's like, no, faggot. I was like, all right. Yeah, it was not good.
The worst, too, is like, because you're probably going to have to borrow the equipment they have there. I remember we had to do that.
I ain't wearing equipment, cuz I'm going fucking mono.
Are you going to like a place or you just like
everyone? Yeah. No, we're going to a real place. I'm signing the waiver. I don't need your fucking turtle shell equipment.
You're not going to wear a mask?
Shit. You're definitely wearing a mask. Yeah, but the rest of the shit I ain't wearing. Oh, yeah.
So, like, you're wearing a mask, right? And the masks they give you aren't great, and they fog up dick. Like a mother. Oh.
Yeah, agreed. Bro, they're terrible.
The worst, man. The worst. It was awful. Dude, terrible.
And Washington fucks. They got recreational drugs in Washington.
They're like a free living state, right?
I can go to the weed store and buy me all the edibles, all the pre-rolls, whatever I fucking want. Washington out there.
How about that?
I know.
I mean, it's kind of, I feel like some states it's good that they have that, but some states I don't think it would be great if they had that. Like, I don't know. Do you think it would be good if they had that here? Right? Like
PA?
Do you think that would help or hurt?
Help. The weed? For weed? We're talking about weed?
I mean,
There's
We're not talking about
statistics-
any other like
there's
hard drugs. We're just talking
statistics-
about weed.
There's statistics
weed-
behind
weed's
hard
fantastic.
drugs being, if they're decriminalized, that it's less. It's
Of
why,
course.
like, who did it? Portugal. And their fucking success rate through that is fucking, like, it doesn't even
Like,
make sense.
The OD rate and
Decriminalized?
they decriminalized. They were the one of the first ones to do like safe injection sites for like heroin and shit like that. And they dropped dropped the rate.
Usage has like completely took a shit.
Yep,
And then all
yep.
the money they used to tax it being sold is put into rehabs. So
Wait,
it's like free
wait.
rehab. And the
how
drug
does
use
that,
has like
how does that work though?
totally
right?
took a shit.
Oh,
Thomas
shit!
Rowe. We got Steamboat.
Oh shit! The Dreamboat making an
Steamboat.
appearance.
Yo, tell that fucking clown turn his goddamn mic on. What's wrong, Steamboat?
I think he's still loading in. We don't have his mic or his video. Diana,
The
you
fuck?
gotta get a good look at this feller.
Yeah, here comes this little fella. There
What
he
the
is.
fuck?
Come on,
What
Steamboat.
up?
Well, I gotta accept that it's recording first. Hold up.
Yeah, and turn on your fucking video, you jamook.
Yeah, hold up.
Thomas Ramirez.
Yes, right. Thomas Ramirez. Umberto. There he is.
Ah, could he get
There's,
it though?
there's
You
a
looking, you looking fresh off a policy sale. What's
fucking
up?
Hey man.
That's right. We slanged the policy. I just finished
did.
that work today.
He
Attaboy.
stepped right out of the State Farm commercial.
Attaboy. Hey,
I
he
just
flags
texted
insurance.
you. I just texted you, Steve. I said, "What are you packing it in for the trip?"
Not yet, cuz we out here.
Dude.
We
Nice.
getting ready. We getting ready. I'm getting picked up at like 2:45 in the morning.
Oh, damn.
Nice.
Are you gonna do this?
I was just gonna say hi and leave, but what's going on?
What's up?
Chilling,
Tom?
cuz. What's up?
You just got done.
What's up,
getting,
Diana? Chilling on the
getting
couch. It
sale?
looks like.
Yep. I'm ready for bed.
Are
Are you the one, Steve? Are you the one Steve tells me about from time to
That's
time?
right. That's right. Yep.
Oh, nice.
I guess
Yep.
so.
Yep.
Yep.
Nothing bad.
Don't
all
flat
good.
it.
I was gonna
All
say,
good.
Yeah,
hopefully
yeah,
good
yeah.
things.
Yeah.
Yeah, he waits
Nah,
for his weekly appearance. He says, "I can't wait to hop on me and Diana and do the thing,
Yep.
man. Looks forward
Yep.
to it every week."
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, I mean, we just kind
We
of
look
run
forward
it.
to
You know
having
what
him.
I'm saying? We make this show. Let's be real.
Amen. I would agree.
Well, not true. Tom makes the show because he's the boss.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Oh, my
Not-
bad. My bad. I
May,
forgot
not
about-
much
my bad.
longer. Not after Saturday, October 2nd at 8 p.m. at Graham's Pub. Land
That's
Street
right.
on the
Plug
Bridge.
it. Plug it.
Gotta plug the fuck
How's,
out of that thing.
how's J-Dub doing?
He's doing good. He actually told me a story, and I wanted to get you guys to back up on this. So he
Gotta verify
claims that that the NDubbers or the NDub crew or whatever,
The Burrow Boys. The Burrow Boys.
the Burrow Boys. He said the Burrow Boys are purebred dodgeballers, and that
Oh,
there was a
Oh,
there was
God, I
a
can't.
tournament in the city that had 64 teams, right?
yes.
And you guys just all piled in the cars, went down, and there was two teams, the
Mhm.
North Wales Wildcats and the North Wales Warriors, right? And there's 64 teams, and you guys are on opposite ends of the bracket. And the finals of the dodgeball tournament was the North Wales Wildcats versus the North Wales Warriors.
So we put that in. We put that in as that, but really we were calling it. It was Team Young Bull versus Team Old Head, right? So it was the Old Head guys from the neighborhood and the Young Bulls from the neighborhood,
That's
right?
what it was. Team Young
Uh,
Bull came out
Hold
victorious.
on. So it was at on Essington Avenue. There was a bar
At the
called the Deck.
Lagoon.
No,
Lagoon.
no, not the Lagoon. The Lagoon was off
Jada
of Delaware.
said Lagoon.
It was called the Deck. It was right off of Essington Avenue, right on the
Okay.
Delaware River.
All right.
They had that giant tournament. We got to the end. Now, when he says the Young Bulls won, they weren't old enough to drink. So all of us were getting more and more drunk as the tournament went on because we're crushing beers. They
Right.
can't.
Right.
And then I ended up leaving for the finals. So I was on my crotch rocket, so I wasn't trying to like get wasted and drive home on the bike.
Smart.
So I left, and they ended up winning. But yeah, it came down, and every team showed up in their full like the movie, in their uniforms with all their shit together, and we showed up like assholes with like holes in our t-shirts, all high as shit, blowing L's, and we fucked every team up. It was North Wales versus North Wales in the final.
He said that there was one point you guys had played so it was a charity dodgeball event
Yes,
for like a family or something along those lines.
kid had cancer.
Okay, and he said
Mhm.
that you guys, I think the Young Bulls eventually would play the
Fuck that
team.
kid and his family.
Yeah, like well,
Yeah.
they would play. You guys played their team and there was a guy on the team that like was trying to cheat, and you guys just like nailed him in the head like 100 times with the ball. And even though you weren't out on like, if you got hit in the head, you weren't out because they're illegal.
Yes.
But you guys kept doing it.
Just
so
kept
much
pegging him in
that
the face.
That the guy quit. And
I will say this.
That's
And
all
I will
true.
say this. There's a couple kids on the Young Bulls like Bo and people that like that went
Dude,
on to become high level pitchers.
Yeah.
So when he throws a fucking ball, that motherfucker sizzles at you.
That's
Dude,
what
me and Bo dominated. It was,
Yeah.
And John was really
John,
good.
I was gonna say John. He said
got a
John was there
cannon.
too,
Yeah.
and John
John
had
got
a
a
fucking
cannon.
arm. John
Cannon.
has a real fucking.
I don't
arm.
think John was there, was he?
he was there.
You said
yeah.
John and
Oh, yeah.
Steven were there.
They
John,
were.
the Trumbauers. Yeah.
I don't think they went. That's why we got.
And I also don't.
Alex.
I also don't think you have a cannon. So I don't know what memory you have.
Yeah, you
Your
talking to the you talking to the champ and the one that didn't get out. I didn't get out the whole
Yeah,
tournament.
you're
You're
You're right. You're right. Out there.
And it was awesome, Lavelle. The beginning, you got to sprint up in the middle to get the ball.
Yeah.
yeah.
You know what I mean? So every time we would sprint up, get the balls, and just like jump as high as you could and just bang it on somebody. It was awesome.
People, the other teams were so fucking distraught with how these fucking assholes that looked like we didn't wear no shirts. We didn't have no team name. We just showed up and beat the shit. They were
showed
so
up all
fucking
stoned
salty.
and drunk and won.
Dude, they were probably like, "Who brought in the fucking ringers?"
Oh, it was so funny.
Yeah, he
No, but
attributed
that
it
kid,
to
Lavelle, that kid's family that had cancer, like they were trying to get them to win the tournament.
Yeah.
So when we played them,
Yeah,
we
yeah.
smoked them, and you're right. They kept getting hit, and like there was a ref on the mic, like doing the whole thing. So it was pretty cool. He was like announcing the whole thing, like, "Oh, red shirt got hit. He's out. He's out." And they wouldn't like call the other kids out. So I was actually the one. I got pissed. I was like, "You're out. So we're younger. We're like, "You're an adult here. You're cheating against younger kids. Yada yada." And I was like cursing. I was whatever. Long story short, the dude came over to me. He was huge, dude. He wasn't like 6'5". He was like 6'7", 6'8". This guy was huge. And he's like, "We're gonna have to ask you guys to leave if you don't start playing by the rules, yada yada." And we lost it on him. We were like, "Fuck you! You guys are the cheaters. You guys are pieces of shit." And now we're older. Realize they're just trying to get it's all for cancer for a kid.
Yeah. They wanted the kid to
But when
win
you're
the-
that age, you just want to fucking win. You don't care that the other kid's team son.
But like, it wasn't. You guys didn't win any money or anything.
Nah,
you just
nah,
won the tournament, right?
Yeah. And the best part was the way the field was set up is it was sunken down in like the deck out back. But there was no
that's
fencing.
so cool.
So if I lined up and tried to hit you in the face and I missed, it went directly into the crowd. So if you weren't paying attention, people were getting lit the fuck up and had nothing to do with the tournament. It was just some dumbass shit.
Yeah.
There was a girl. This was epic. There was a girl sitting on just like a white chair, like a white beach chair. Them plastic jobs, right? They're kind of flimsy.
Yeah.
So it wasn't us. We weren't playing, but we were sitting there like on the outside. You would sit on the railing and watch. And somebody fired it, man, and it took out one of the legs of the chairs and just straight took out the chair. The girl fell. She had like her drink in her hand and shit. Oh, it was hilarious. Yeah.
Oh,
It was one of the funnest days of my life, man. It was a
Hell yeah,
it
it was so much fun. Yeah.
I picked up J-Dub and Alex Zedlum, and I drove my Neon down there. I was probably like 17 years old.
Damn.
I was 21.
So wait,
Maybe I was
completely unrelated, but I just remembered. I had a wax this week. And I told
wait, what's her name? What's her name?
No, not Molly. With my new
Molly?
chick.
Come on, Molly.
With my new chick. However, I told her about the podcast and asked her if she wanted to be on it, and she's totally fucking down.
What?
That girl, how much money do you make for ripping hot wax out of people's butts?
I was telling her like how the conversation went with you guys, and she was dying laughing. She's like, "Oh my God, I'm so glad you brought that up." I was like, "Well, do you want to be on it?" She was like, "Hell yeah, I want to be on it." You know what kind of stories I got? I was like, "Perfect."
Dude, we
Ripping
should have
back
her
in her
on
dingleberries.
We should have her on the Poppin', and I mean, she can do the Tuesday show, but she should come on here so it could be like a fucking like we could
Shit show.
We don't have
I
to
just
wait.
remembered,
We
Sorry,
don't have
I
to
know
wait
it was
a
super
month to
out of left
fucking
field.
air it. You know, like we can air it right away. Plus,
I'm not going to say her for a month, so.
All right. Well, I mean, the Tuesday show.
Hold on.
January. So
You get your asshole waxed
Yeah,
once a
it's
month?
once a month, and it's not.
That is
like,
brutal.
this is
How
the
hairy
part
is your
I don't
asshole?
understand. Like, It's not just, it's everything. I'm not going somewhere specifically to get my
hairy.
asshole
Like, yeah,
waxed
like
'cause
don't
my
touch
asshole's
don't
out of
touch anywhere
control.
else but my asshole. All right.
You guys, I
it's not
really
just-
need help with
Oh,
my
wait, it's not
asshole
just an
problem.
asshole.
Look, it's
Ollie.
fucking Lord of the Rings back there. All right, fucking get it done. Yeah, I mean, you know, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, every 4 weeks, Steve.
Could you imagine
You
being
gotta
on
maintain.
ayahuasca at that fucking job? Jesus Christ. Yikes.
Like, I wonder if that fits in there. Let me see if. Never mind.
Well, did she say she has done men too?
Yeah,
Or-
they just started doing men.
Only
That's
gay
the
men.
new
Only
thing.
gay men. No straight man needs his asshole waxed.
Still, I would just love to hear.
You don't
the-
have
the
to get your
pro-
asshole waxed, Steve.
I thought that was the whole shtick.
It's not a requirement. You don't
Oh.
have to do it.
I thought that's like the name of the shop. It's like
The
Brazilian
takes
asshole wax.
everything front and
Yeah, it
back,
takes your
taking it
asshole out
all
though,
off.
right?
Yeah, if you get a Brazilian, you don't have to get
It's
a
like
Brazilian.
they-
You
it's
can
like
leave
they
a landing
do-
strip up front if you want. We can make shapes.
They
We'll
do,
put a
it's like
star
they
there
do
or
a
something,
diaper
'cause
of
you're a
hair
star.
when you're done.
Okay.
That's what it is.
Okay.
Have to get
Okay.
my name in my back.
Yeah.
I don't
Exactly.
have enough hair. I don't have enough hair to do that. But
Dude, you
Yeah,
can
what are you talking about?
I'm so
we gotta
happy.
get,
I
we gotta
could
get one
write
of the
like
Zeppelins
the-
out there. Get them
I
to
could
get a
write an
jersey.
encyclopedia
Oh.
like-
on me.
It's
Well,
like
Matt,
tanning. You do like a
I can-
Playboy bunny.
I can attest to this. Matt
There you
is pretty much the same level as a Zeblum of Thomas. Matt's a baby bear. He's as
Yeah.
hairy as they get.
And I
So
said
we
that
gotta
to her.
send Matt.
I
We
said
gotta
that to
send
her.
Matt.
I was trying to get someone in, and
They're not ready
their,
for him.
Oh,
They're not
their
ready.
argument was that men have more hair, and she goes, "No, they don't. They just don't maintain, and that's the problem."
Oh, okay. What? Yeah, I agree.
well,
I agree.
yeah,
With that. I agree with
but
that.
yeah, I would say.
But
I
Matt's an
don't-
exception. Matt's an exception.
Oh, bro, it's like I could just. It would be like I'd have to use like a million things of wax. It's just so much. you
They would
know?
need a. They would. You know the
Shave.
trucks. You know the trucks that
Like your
dump
legs and
concrete
shit,
in when
your
you like
back,
make a
your shit.
sidewalk. They need one of those big circle trucks full of wax for Matt.
Dude,
where they just
the
dump that
cement
joint
mixer
down and-
fucking thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
That-
That's
dude,
what they
you
need for
ain't
you.
kidding, dude. Dude, it's so like I tried the waxing the back once. I said it on the show before. Fucking couldn't.
Wait, you did that? How
I
that?
tried
feel?
it.
Oh my god.
Dude, I couldn't finish. It was
Oh,
also too like my hair is really thick,
Ah.
right? So like it was legit like it was ripping off like my skin. It was fucking torture, right? Like
wait. Please
it
give me the parameters on why you did this.
like so when I
it
like
was a
dude,
chick, right?
like if I were to
If
take
it's her
off my,
pussy, it makes sense.
if I were to take off my shirt now, right? You
Your
wouldn't
shirt's
even,
still on.
you wouldn't
shirt's
even
still
notice,
on.
right?
Yeah,
like
your
that's
shirt's
how
still
it
on.
is. So like
He's got a vest.
when we go to the shore, dude, it's a full sweater, bro. It's like almost if I didn't shave, it's a fucking hoodie.
Come here.
Let me tell you. Right?
It's a fucking. You can
But-
flap it up over the back of his head.
Yeah, it's a lot. But so like we'll go like when I go to the shore and stuff, like we use Nair now. Learn that the hard way. But like we were going to, I think we was getting ready to go to my wedding, which was in Mexico. So like we were gonna be taking pictures and everything. So like I wanted it to be cleaned up, kind of, you know. So we tried the wax and we got like, dude, like a quarter, not even like we did like the back part of my shoulder, just like a couple inches. And I was like, no fucking way. It was
He's like,
so
"Sen-
painful.
Senor doesn't like the pain.
Dude, I was like fucking howling, screaming, like, what the? And blood, like it was bleeding everywhere. You know what I mean? It was
We got a
awful.
bleeder. We
Oh,
got a
it was
bleeder.
total bleeder. It was the worst. Yeah, it was.
It's not supposed to be like that.
Yeah, well, I don't know what
Yeah,
we did wrong.
humans-
but,
Humans also aren't supposed to have the hair like a gorilla, but
right.
you know,
What did you
shit
just
happens.
do?
Yeah. I'm
Uh-oh,
like a
Frank. Come on,
fucking-
Frank.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
I
a
thought he
grizzly
was.
bear.
I knew he was doing something.
He's in the
Fucking
trash.
This
Frank.
fucker.
Get him,
That
It's
Frank.
been
fucking
a
trash
year
dog.
to the day that he's been allowed in this house.
Oh, look at that. Happy,
He's still
happy,
not fucking
happy
trained.
1 year anniversary, Frankie the Trash Dog.
Yeah, Frank, live
Dude.
strong, Frank.
I have a wedding in December that's like super formal.
Ooh.
So I just ordered a bunch of dresses from it's only an online shop, but it's super fucking expensive. So I just ordered a bunch of them, picked the one I want, put them all back in a bag. This fucker, I come back and there's pee all over the bag. I'm like, there's like $500 worth of clothes in there.
No.
That's gotta get returned.
Oh, well, just
He's
say that they did it
such
at the
an asshole.
UPS.
No, I cut the other end open and like
Yeah.
got them out. He's such
Oh,
a
so it
dick.
didn't get on the clothes.
No,
All right,
thank God.
What? So, D, can I ask? Do you get a +1 to this wedding?
Maybe. Why?
Please
You-
bring the guy who passes out at the bar.
Well, I'm just saying, do you have the +1 figured out yet?
I don't know. I don't know.
Can we
Why?
do a
Do you have one
raffle
set
on
up
the
for me?
show?
Well, I'm just
Who's teaching
saying,
it big?
would you want to do
This is my
like,
family's wedding. It's, I mean, like, who wants to bring a strange
True,
+1 to a wedding?
true.
I tried to bring
Honestly, I fall back on the gays. That's kind of like my go-to.
I'm
Yeah.
It's all
going
my
to
gay
a wedding.
friends.
Who,
I'm going to a
sprinkles? You
wedding
gonna
this
take
weekend.
sprinkles?
No, maybe probably Sam.
Oh, Sam's awesome too. Love Sam.
Yeah.
I'm going
So
to a
much
wedding
fun,
this
though.
weekend, and I asked if I brought a midget prostitute, if I would be frowned upon,
Right.
and I was immediately told no.
What the hell kind
Yes.
of wedding is this? Right? Isn't
Hey,
this America?
Hey, my
Come the hell
guy's
on.
okay. My guy was okay with it because I told him later we were going to play cornhole with it. We would just throw it in the fucking.
Love it.
Never mind.
The other
Got a
thing
little-
about dates is like, so I'll take like my gay friends if I want to have, if I like the wedding I'm going to, and I'm like gonna stay and not dip out of it.
Yeah.
I won't bring I'll bring someone really fun. You know what I mean? But otherwise, I don't really want to bring a date because I gotta fucking pay for them. I gotta pay for their plate. When you give a gift,
You
and I
bringing
got
you bringing the
someone-
wrong
Well,
dates.
Who the fuck am I inviting to a wedding and then saying, "Can you hand me $1.50 for the card?"
Anything anything with a dick and a little bit of fucking pimp game. Anything with a dick and a little bit of pimp game pays for that.
I
How
would,
Wait,
dare
is that?
you? You
are
dating the most
serious?
bullshit humans I've ever heard of.
Wait, no,
I
no,
would
no. Are
offer
you
to
dead ass
throw in.
serious?
I would offer
For
to
real?
throw in. Yeah, for sure.
I feel
Yeah,
like
because
that's
I'm-
not your responsibility to do.
If
I
I'm
hear
if
you.
I
With
want
me
to if
to
I
a
want to
wedding.
continue to date you,
If someone asks me
then-
to a wedding, I'm not fucking
I'm
paying for my
trying to
plate.
right,
fuck.
because you're a
I'm
girl.
not contributing
you
to
don't
the
have
card.
to.
I don't know who these people are.
I'm trying to fuck. That means
Yeah.
I'll pay for whatever. What do you
Yeah.
need? Your car repaired? You laid on
Have you,
rent?
have
I
you
don't
done
know.
that
We'll
before?
figure
Has
it out.
anyone ever asked you to do that?
I have.
Hey,
I gotten like a gift and just like card with money, right? When I was a plus
For people
one.
you don't know.
I mean, I was adjacent to them, but yeah, really didn't know them.
Huh.
Yeah. But you do it's a like, you know, guys have to do that stuff because you have to come off classy, right?
Mhm.
After that wedding, the +1 I went with did not think I was classy. I'll tell you that.
Yeah,
now.
right.
that was a big, you know, well, you know, I hit a home run.
By
We'll
the
just
way,
say.
honey, you owe me $75 for hands on the card.
Yeah. I mean, you know, I think from the men's point of view, it's
I ain't even
like-
putting your name on the card if you're a +1. It's gonna be from me. I'm gonna take your money and take the credit.
All right, don't go full hood rat, Diana. Don't go full hood rat.
Why?
And steal the
How is
money.
that full hood rat? No.
She
no.
said, "I'm gonna take that
I
money." and be
never
like, Thank
asked
you
for
very much.
money. I never
gone.
asked for money.
He go. She go.
Oh, I'm not. Oh, he rolled.
Yep. Time
I,
shit to do.
I'm not saying that I wouldn't take. I'm not saying I'd take the money you
phone about the
contributed
money
and
and shit.
pocket it. I'm saying I would put it on the card, but would I put your name on it? Like, here's the +1 plus stranger.
Nice. I mean, you know, if the like, I don't know. It also depends on like where you're at in this +1 situation, right? Like if it's like maybe the 5th time you've been on the date with this person and things are starting to go towards a serious route, then I don't know. I don't know. You don't know. It's a
What are you
Yeah,
talking about, dog? I'll pay for a girl I don't know right now. You want me
Right.
to go to a salsa class? I'll pick up the first Spanish broad I saw. Everyone's
That's a
getting married
date.
in the Spanish culture. I'll go to all the weddings. I'll pay all the bills.
you're like, look, take me to the weddings, take me to the quinceañeras, take me to the fucking siestas. I
The
wanna go
I'm,
to
I'm
all of it.
lying and shit to her. I'm like, I
Yeah.
own a business. I'm rich. She's like, oh, you own? I own a
The
huge
first,
business. Let me tell you.
the first thing they ask if you were to say that, the first thing they'd ask would be like, "Oh, could you get my uncle a job?" If you tell me you're a business owner, they're like,
I'd be
"Oh,
like, I
really?"
can. He's only getting 3 pesos a day, but I hear you. Let's go.
Yeah. I mean, you know, has people ever done that to you, Steve? Asked you to like if they could work at your place? Yeah. They'd be like, dude, I'll do anything you want. I'll do whatever you say. They probably can't last, right?
And I go,
Oh, you
I go,
even
yeah,
mentioned
no
that
doubt.
because you said you
I'll
did
give
that
1
with
week.
family too, right? Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, no doubt, cuz I'll give you 1 week. Let's see how this goes. Within
never
a week,
works out.
that
No.
person's like, this is fucking shitty. I'm like, I
Yeah.
know.
They
I
can't
know.
take the abuse. They can't take the work.
Can't take the ADHD because I'm fucking sprinting around, leaving
Yeah.
fucking tracks behind me like the fucking Back to the Future car, just straight
Yeah.
flames behind me.
Yeah.
Ain't gonna do it.
Yeah. Plus too, I mean, like learn like that's not a thing you really like. I don't know. you were kind of born into it, so you kind of had it like were able to learn on the job kind of thing. But I don't know. I think you need to have at least some experience, right? Unless
experience helps.
Yeah.
Experience definitely helps. The problem in here is not obtaining the level that me and my brother wanted to be at, because our name is on the back, where yours isn't. You're just a clock in jerk off, so you don't really give a fuck.
Yeah.
When that person comes back and say my shit's fucked up, they come back to us, not you.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I hear you. So, all right. Well, guys, we went way over time today, but this was a fucking good one, right? We should really try and set up something where, you know, Diana, did you get the waxing person's contact information?
No, but I'll see her again.
The
in a couple
fuck,
weeks.
Diana?
All right, well then ask her if she's available Wednesdays at 8 to do the pop-in, because I would like to have her on this show so we can all fucking, you know.
Ask her if she waxes the knuckle of big toes, because I need that shit ripped off. That shit weird looking.
You shave it. You shave it for big luck. For big luck. For good luck.
I never thought of
Haven't
that.
you heard
All right,
me? That's an Italian thing. You shave your big toe for luck.
I thought
Dude,
you
I
keep
go
it there
on
to show
job
them that you have that in your blood.
Yeah, I go on job interviews. My mom's like, shave your big toe. Have good luck. And you know what I mean? Like, it's a fucking thing. Going to
That's
date,
some Roxborough shit. I've never heard of that. That's some Roxborough
That's
shit.
Philly shit. It is not.
That's
My mother's not from
Roxborough
Roxborough. My mother's not from Roxborough. My mom and her whole family do it.
What?
Nah, I've never met a person in South Philly that does that, but I hear you.
I mean, you know what? It's worth a shot. How many do you shave? Both big toes? Just the right one, the left one? Like, what do we? How's it go? You shave both your big toes.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I got a big thing this Saturday, so maybe I'll show up with some shaved toes. Who the fuck knows?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you better. Shave your toes. Just shave your big toe.
And when Tom beats your ass, you're gonna blame her.
We'll be like, these fucking shaved toes. What the
fucking liar?
If my toes weren't shaved, I
dude. And if you win, you better take your shoes and socks off and be like, waving.
You better kiss her hairy big toe.
I don't have it. I shave my big toe for good luck. I don't have hair on my big toe.
But only once a month. So if we catch you,
no, it's not getting waxed. It's getting shaved. It's different.
That's your asshole. Your asshole gets shaved every 4 weeks.
I don't.
Yeah,
no,
what
you
kind of
can't
luck
shave
do you
the
get
asshole.
when you shave
do you know what happens when you shave your asshole? How awful that is.
I don't even.
I don't know. I would never.
Oh my god, yeah. Well, think about when your beard grows back. Why would I want that on my asshole?
Wait, so you don't shave your asshole?
No, I wax it.
Oh, I.
Yeesh.
Understood.
Well, great. Yeah, great stuff. Yeah.
Delete that, please. But
now, when they pour the wax in, does it drip into your butthole?
No.
Or does it just sit around the rim?
It's on a tongue.
Where does this
It's
go?
on a tongue depressor, and she smushes it against it.
But what if some residual?
My actual asshole.
What if some of it goes into your thing?
Into which
thing?
Poop
it out? You poop out wax?
It doesn't go in there.
No.
Oh, I.
But like, so I mean,
just the surrounding of the hole.
So, but you have you're sitting there and you're like, because your cheeks can't be touching, right? Your cheeks can't be touching.
They're spread.
So you have to be spreading.
Wait, does she grab your ass cheeks?
No, she can't do that and put the tongue down at the same time.
You're right.
Right. So like they're holding in there and they're just right. Like
she does. Yow! She takes the tongue depressor. She does a strip on one side.
What if you got residual
strip on the other side?
Your butthole?
Oh, I am spotless. Yeah. Don't worry. Yeah. As soon as I get there, I'm like, "Can I use your bathroom?" Great, thanks. I go in and I'm like, bird bathing in there, making sure I'm clean before I leave here, and I make sure by the second I get there that I'm clean too. Does she have
like horror stories of people like?
Yes.
And wait a second. Wait a second. This shit, they call it a Brazilian wax. Did it originate in Brazil?
I don't know.
I gotta ask Louisa about this nonsense, so I have to call her after this and ask her what the fuck's going on.
What if she was like, my great grandmother was a waxer, and my great grandmother's grandmother? We came to this country as waxers, and we'll die as waxers.
We came to this country off money we made off pulling hair off assholes.
Brazilian waxes got its name after becoming popular on the beaches of Rio de Janeiro.
Hell yeah, they wear the littlest outfits ever over there.
In the 70s.
God bless them. Girl.
God bless them all.
God bless Brazilian women. I'll say it now and say it proud.
I fucking agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
God bless. I mean, God bless most women. You know, I'm not a big fan of the Russian ones because they scare me. But you know,
hell
they
yeah,
can be
I'm with
blessed
it.
as well.
I'm with you, buddy. I'm with you.
They're
They are
terrifying.
scary women.
They are some scary, scary women. So
I like a bitch that I might get stabbed by at some random moment. You know, it makes you live in a little bit of excitement. You know.
Yeah, I mean, living on the edge is never bad. You know, it's always great for a relationship. All right, so we're coming to the top of time. Before we get out of here, Strong Stem Steve Cabot, is there anything you would like to say to your legion of adoring fans, the members of the cult of Cabot, before we get out of here?
I do, and it's don't let the hot wax drip into your butthole.
I mean, if there's any better advice out there, I don't know it. You know.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. So the dangerous one. Any advice or any? So before we get out of here, is there anything you want to say to your legions of adoring fans before we get out of here?
If wax gets on your butthole, just embrace it. It's warm.
Hell yeah, Diana, real as shit. Hell yeah.
All right,
that's a real one right there. Good for you, Diana.
I cannot wait till we have your waxer on the show. Cannot wait. What is her name? Do you know?
Jess.
Jess. Oh, what a disappointment. I thought it was going to be like Esmeralda or something.
Hell
you know?
yeah.
No,
Hell
you think it's like this Turkish thing. It's the European Wax Center in Plymouth Meeting. It's a franchise. It's not.
Wait a minute. Do they give European massages?
No, it's a wax
happy
center.
Ending.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, Steve's trying to get
they will
happy ending.
wax everything.
It's doing a rubbing tub. You getting your butthole
You get a
cleaned
little
at rubbing
wishy-washy. Yeah. So, all right. Well, either way, we're gonna have to cut a lot of shit from this episode.
Yeah, we got some editing time.
This is
coming.
This has been another episode of the Work Perspectives Podcast Weekend Poppin'. I'm Matt Lavelle, accompanied by Strong Stem Steve Cabot and Dangerous Diana Spencer. You can find all our content and all our stuff on all podcast platforms and YouTube at Work Perspectives Podcast. You can hang out with us on Instagram at Work Perspectives Podcast and join us on the Twitter and the TikTok at Working P Pod. And if you'd like to be a guest on the show, do us a favor and email us at workperspectives@gmail.com. And the last thing, for fucking please God, right? It's every day I have to hear this shit about doing the show. So just please subscribe so she gets off my back. All right? All right. Have a great weekend. This is the end of the show. See ya.
Wait. What do you mean now a word from our sponsor?
Are you someone who struggles picking a podcast to listen to because your time is extremely valuable?
Yeah, how'd you know?
Are you someone who says, damn, there's not enough hours in the day to pick just one?
Wait, what the fuck?
Or are you someone who's interested in a podcast where they interview a wide range of people and find out how the hell they ended up in their profession?
It's like you read my mind.
If I say yes too, can you help
me out? Shit!
On an unrelated note, while we call the police, if you said yes to all those questions, then look no further and allow me to introduce you to the Working Perspectives Podcast, hosted by executive producer Matt Lavelle and accompanied by co-host Party Boy Pete McCormick. As mentioned, they interview a wide range of people and find out how in the purple nurple fuck they ended up in their professions, which I think, in my opinion, as someone who previously job hopped from one place to another until I found something I'm good at, this is something worth investing your time in. You will learn about jobs that you never knew existed. Feel the grind that some of these people felt before getting to where they are today. And just like me, it'll maybe help you find that motivation you're looking for to pursue and what it is you want to do. And also, they have great segments in the middle of the show, such as The Weekend Poppin'. Give it a shot. And my two favorites, Memory Lane and What's Going Down in Gamertown, which is a segment I'm part of, so you should definitely look into it. So, that being said, after this video, go out and listen to the Working Perspectives Podcast. You can find them on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, Google Podcasts, TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter. All links are in the link tree, which is in the description. And now, back to the episode.
Once the movie's in theaters, it's gonna go onto the streaming services.